Afternoon. It's Dr. Chudi Ufondu of Snowspirations, Global Health Solutions. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon for our lunch time open clinic. Please, when you come in, announce your name, announce your location, then please start asking your questions immediately. We have about 30 minutes to provide you feedbacks. Now, please, if you need help in regards to your health, especially regarding fertility, please make sure you send your request to my admin. My admin will help you to set you up. If you want to be a father and a mother as soon as possible, please seek help early. I can help you. I believe my mission in life is to help women and men who are having problems becoming fathers and mothers to become. So if you're sick and tired of being unable to bring forth your babies, please seek help early. For the clinic this afternoon, it will be a question and answer clinic. So I don't have a topic. I'm just going to look through the session and provide you feedbacks. Now, your questions can span across all topics. So I don't have limitations. I'm just going to be looking at questions, then I'll be providing you feedbacks. Now, remember that the last Sunday of this month, we have a special event, ovulation and pregnancy boot camp. Unfortunately, some women might not be ovulating. Unfortunately, some women might have gone into menopause. Unfortunately, some women might not be doing the right things. You might have ovulation disorder and you don't know how to go about it. You might have an opportunity to get feedbacks during our boot camp. So follow admin, register on time. If you need to consult with me, follow admin. You can come in for 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Now, the message I'm going to give right now is applicable to all pregnant women, especially pregnant women of this group. You see, you don't have any reason to regret your actions when you're pregnant. There are certain things you can keep to yourself. There are certain situations you cannot compromise in life. And one of it is what? Pregnancy. 9 months of pregnancy is a long time. So please, I'm pleading to you. When you notice you are pregnant, please don't disappear. Observe 3 things. Make sure you go for your urine test, number 1. Go your blood test, number 2. And go for your ultrasound test, number 3. They are all important. Your urine test will tell you you are pregnant. Your blood test will tell you you are pregnant. And this is the level of the pregnancy hormone. Some women, unfortunately, might be pregnant, but they might lose their baby. They can have complicated pregnancy, things like ectopic pregnancy, molar pregnancy, chemical pregnancy, blighted ovum. When you have this, your urine test can tell you you're pregnant, but your blood test and your ultrasound can give us a clearer idea of how your pregnancy is going. As soon as you're confirmed pregnant, you cease to be complacent. Learn how to be the first advocate of your baby. When you see your doctor based on A and C, you are not a passenger. You have to ask all your questions. You have to make all inquiries. You have to advocate for your babies. Anything you learn from me, you can ask your doctor. Let me tell you why. For some time now, we've been having bad outcomes in our women who are pregnant. These babies are supposed to be here with us. Regardless of the gestational age, no mother should lose her baby because of carelessness. No mother should lose her baby because of poor care. When you are pregnant, the biggest priority in your life is your baby. When you see your doctor, If you have a feeling that your doctor is not doing the right thing, which is possible, there are some doctors that might not be detailed. There are some doctors might not be able to attend to you the right way you should be attended to. Please advocate for your babies. If you were told you will have vaginal delivery, prepare for vaginal delivery. If you were told you will have CS, please prepare for CS. But by any means possible, advocate for your baby. Very, very important. Okay, so I'm going to open the clinic now and I'll start providing you feedbacks. Okay, Dr. Ndiche is also going to join me and she will also be providing you feedback. So you have the floor right now. Start asking your questions. If you are in Asaba, in Abuja, in Awka, Benue, Calabar, Enugu, Jos, Kano, Kogi, Lagos, Nnewi, Osun, Owerri, and Port Harcourt, we can refer you to see a seasoned, experienced, verified, certified fertility specialist. The first thing you have to do when you need help is to seek help from a specialist. Okay? So regardless of the gestational age of your baby, when you become pregnant, the target is to get your baby up to 37 weeks. Any baby that gets to 37 weeks, when we discharge you home, when we deliver you, you and your baby can go home. Some babies might not get up to 37 weeks, but we can still take care of them. We want to do everything possible to help all babies. You deserve to have your baby. No amount of tears can bring your baby back. We have to be careful. The clinic is open. Please go ahead and start asking your questions. Okay? Ask your questions. Okay, I'm searching for questions, so I'll provide you feedbacks as soon as I see questions coming up, okay? Once you settle in, start asking your questions. I don't have a topic. It's just open clinic. And I'm going to provide you feedbacks. So please, once you settle in, start asking questions. Admin, you can also post any question you can see so I can provide feedbacks. Dr. Ndiche is also going to provide feedbacks. Okay, here we go. Okay. Can a woman get pregnant at first month of taking Clomid? Yes. Now, a woman can get pregnant at any time in her cycle, depending on her own unique factors. The best time a woman can get pregnant is within a tentative window we call fertility window. Your fertility window opens 5 days before your ovulation and ends a day after ovulation. The reason why your fertility window opens 5 days before your ovulation is because the sperm, when it's deposited in the vagina, can survive up to 7 days. So that 5 days is the active period that the sperm can still wait for the eggs, which when it's delivered, can fertilize the egg. Now, depending on if you have a long cycle or a short cycle, you can become pregnant at any time in your cycle. We also have some few women who can become pregnant when their partner makes love to them during their bleeding. The reason why you can become pregnant when you make love during your menses is not because you ovulate during your menses. It's the fact that you have a shorter cycle. So if your partner makes love to you during your bleeding, your partner can still deposit sperm, and shortly after your bleeding, you can ovulate. Ovulation is a constant. Without ovulation, you cannot become pregnant. Without the sperm, you cannot become pregnant. There are some factors that must be met before pregnancy will happen, and I'm going to mention them. Number one, sperm must be available. Number two, the cervix must be open. Number three, one of your tubes must be open. Number 4, we have to have an egg. So if you have the sperm and the cervix is open and one of the tubes is open and there is availability of eggs, you can become pregnant. Now, when you become pregnant, we want that pregnancy to start coming down from the tubes to start developing in your womb. Anything that affects this fertilized egg at that stage is called an embryo. Anything that affects the transportation of the embryo back into your womb can affect your ability to become pregnant for sure. Some women can have problems in the tubes, so the pregnancy will start developing in the tube, which is deadly. That can kill. It's called ectopic pregnancy. Some women might not have adequate thickness of the endometrium. When that happens, pregnancy will not happen because for pregnancy to happen in your womb must be solid. Now, if you don't have adequate level of a hormone we call progesterone, you can have this. So everything about pregnancy is well planned. Now, what we know, so long as you have eggs, you can become pregnant. The reason why we preach our PPP is because when you pray and when you play 48 hourly, you will get pregnant if you have eggs. Unfortunately, as you are getting older, when you come to age 35, the number and the quality of your eggs will be reduced. When we come to age 35, we no longer waste time. We no longer target our lovemaking. We no longer prepare for a particular day. What do? We make love 48 hourly. If you can do this diligently, you will be a mother. Okay, let's continue. Okay, guys, keep asking your questions. Make sure your questions are very brief, and I'll provide you feedbacks. Okay? Good evening, Doc. Thanks for the efforts. Your wife, you guys have been trying to get your first child for some time. Series of tests done already, yet no results. IVF is expensive, considering your income. Is there any way we can help you? My brother, I understand. Believe me, I do. Here is the deal. I know your income might not be enough, but my brother, we need to do something radically to defeat infertility. Okay? So if you guys have seen a fertility specialist and there is no problem, genuinely no problem with you, no problem with your wife, then you are gonna get pregnant. Sometimes it can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. But this is what I know from my experience. Sometimes we see general practitioners who might not do the right things, who will tell you you are okay when you're not okay. Sometimes the problem might be your lifestyle. As a man, are you exercising? Are you eating good food? Are you sleeping? Are you drinking water? Do you have stress in your life? Are you adding excessive body weight? Do you smoke? These are the factors that can affect your sperm. When your sperm is not in a good place, you cannot get your woman pregnant. By default, if your wife is also not living healthy, besides the fact you guys are having delay, if you guys are not making love 48 hourly, then you might reduce your chance of becoming pregnant. So my brother, I understand the economy is affecting everybody, including me. But the question is, when you don't have the resources to get help, what do you do? This is where family will come in. This is where brothers will come in. This is where sisters will come in. This is where your organization can come in. This is where your pastor can come in. So if you have to borrow money to start your family, borrow money. We cannot deposit no money when we stand and we declare our babies in 2022. We cannot say no money. So go and find the money. But while you're looking for the money, continue praying to God every day. continue making love with your partner 48 hourly and continue practicing. So exercise. Make sure you get your sleep. Don't drink alcohol. Drink water. Eat right. Eat more vegetables and fruits. If you can do this, you are improving your possibility of becoming pregnant. We have seen so many of our members who were looking for money for IVF, and suddenly they became pregnant. So long as you have sperm in your balls and they are of good quality, so long as your woman will produce eggs, you can become pregnant. Now, this is where you need to be careful. Sometimes when we want something and we don't get it, it can cause a lot of tension. It can cause a lot of anxiety. We can suddenly discover we no longer have interest in love making. But remember, you have to make love to your partner. So there are so many people that are looking for babies, but because infertility has stolen your joy, your libido is down. So imagine yourself, a woman, you are supposed to be making love every other day, but you don't have interest in making love to your partner, and you are irritable. The day you are ovulating, you might quarrel with your partner and you can sleep in a different room. Meanwhile, that's the day you are supposed to become pregnant. So you need to be smart. You need to be wise to defeat infertility. The overall aim of infertility is to damage your family. So besides saying your prayer, you need to be sensitive. You need to be wise. You need to hang around the right people. Let me give you an example. There are a group of women who might have given up hopes, who might have said they've tried everything, and the only thing remaining is to be moving from one church to the other. But they are not making love to their partners. If you join such women, you will not even see your partner. You will be moving from one church to the other every Sunday, forgetting the fact that the best person to get you pregnant is your partner. So mind the company you keep. Mind the group you belong to. Mind the message you read. There are so many testimonies we share on a daily basis. When you read those testimonies, don't single out the baby in it. Find out what those women did so you can do it, and so you can have your own babies. Just praying to become a mother is not enough. When you have said your prayers, you must make love. When you have made love, you must see a fertility specialist. The three of them work hand in hand. And when you need help, get help. If you know you need help in ovulation, register for the boot camp. The least amount you need to get help in this group is 2,000 naira. So when you show up and you complain, but you're spending your money on things that don't matter, you will be delaying yourself. So my brother, looking for money, which I have no problem. Then we'll check their womb is okay, everything is okay, partner is okay, but they are not able to become pregnant. They are called infertility of unknown origin. And in that situation, don't waste time. Go and seek help, okay? All right, let's continue. Please keep asking your questions, please. Remember, we have a group, we have a page, then we have our YouTube. So it's possible you're watching me from YouTube today. Please also ask your questions. Everybody is welcome to our group. We are an open group. We welcome everybody regardless of your disposition. This is your group. Okay, so I'm looking for questions, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what this question is about. Okay, Doc, what's the assurance that after borrowing money, perhaps from the bank, your IVF is 100% successful? Guess what? There is no such assurance. Okay? Now, I'm keeping it real. You know, some people can tell you, come here, come there, do that. The outcome of your IVF is dependent on so many factors. So the fact you're going for IVF doesn't mean 100% gonna work. No. Sometimes it fails. But the most important thing is that you're doing something. Now, let me tell you why you need to be careful. You see, sometimes we want to figure everything out before we go, right? Now, if you have to go and do IVF, but you're worrying if it's 100% successful and you're not doing anything, and you're a woman and you're 35 years and above, by the time you get the answers you're looking for, it might be late. Is IVF 100% successful? No. Can it fail? Yes. Can it fail when we've done everything right? Yes. Has it failed in the past? Yes. Has it succeeded? Yes. Can you succeed? Yes. What do you need to do? You go and do it. Now, the advantage of having IVF when you are older is the fact that as older as you are getting, the more you will have a possibility of having more than one baby at a go. So women that are 35 years and above have an advantage in multiple pregnancy. So you might have been looking for a baby for 10 years. Then you step up. You probably borrowed money. And you can have quadruplets. You can have triplets. You can have twins. You can have one baby. It has happened before. But not doing anything because you are not sure if it's 100%, you are not doing anything and you're not going to get anything. You have to have plan A, B, C, D, Z, E. Take your bold step. This is August. We don't have the liberty of time. You have to take calculated risk. Life is all about taking risk. If you are not making love to your partner and you are crying all over the place, guess what? People will pity you. But at the end of the day, when you go back home, you don't have a baby. But when you are complaining and you are asking for help from few people that genuinely like you, when you get that money, you will use it and go and start your family. Your family do not have a price tag. Unfortunately, some people might have the resources, but they are mising. They are wise. They don't want to redeploy the resources. You have the money to go for IVF, but you keep it in your bank. You are buying cars. You are building houses. You are throwing party. You are preparing to press people that are even criticizing you. If you have the money, go and use your money and start your family. If you eventually become pregnant, safeguard your pregnancy. Register for ANC on time. IVF is not 100% successful. There is no assurance. Just like in life, there are no assurances. Anybody that tells you, don't worry, come, we're going to do this for you, it's lying. Even the best doctors can fail. Okay? All right, let's continue, guys. 7 more minutes. Okay? Okay, let's see. What's the cost of recurring high blood pressure during pregnancy that leads to stillbirth? Now, if you have a pre-existing high blood pressure, then it must be fully controlled. Listen to me carefully. If you are a hypertensive lady, before you begin to think of becoming pregnant, there are a couple of things you have to do. You have to make sure that your blood pressure is well controlled. You have to make sure that your body weight is within the healthy BMI. Admin, post the formula for BMI. You have to reduce your salt intake. You have to avoid stress. You have to exercise. You have to drink a lot of water. Now, eventually, when you become pregnant, you have to make sure you go for your ANC. There are some antihypertensives that are safe in pregnancy. Now, unfortunately, some women can develop pregnancy-induced hypertension, which can lead to preeclampsia. Pregnancy is deadly when it's unchecked. Hypertension can complicate your pregnancy. Pregnancy can complicate your hypertension. So you must be very, very careful. Unfortunately, hypertension is a silent killer. There are some women that might be hypertensive, but because they haven't checked, they might have malignant hypertension that can kill them and kill their baby. Now, this is what you need to know. When you lose your baby, before 20 weeks is called miscarriage. When you lose your baby after 20 weeks, it's called stillbirth. No mother should lose her baby. The pain of losing your baby sticks with you for life. It doesn't go away. What you need to do, anytime you have tragedies, cry, weep, be depressed, but go back. Ask for a comprehensive result. Ask for a comprehensive report. Let them investigate. This is an area that some people are not practicing, including my colleagues in Nigeria. When you have a client, you are a father, you are a husband. When the client you're looking after, when something negative happens, give them reports. Explain to them. When you don't do this and you want them to come back, the possibility that woman will have a repeat miscarriage, a repeat stillbirth is high. There are things we can do differently to stop women from losing their baby. This is why you need to follow with a good doctor. Not all doctors are good. The good doctors know themselves. Thankfully, even in Nigeria, what is obtainable in America here is obtainable in Nigeria. There are so many good doctors out there in Nigeria. But when you don't participate in your management, you might not get the best. It's not necessarily all about money. When you pay for service, when you see a doctor, dialogue with your doctor, ask your questions, be respectful. A good doctor will explain everything to you. And we have good doctors in this group. If I'm referring you to a doctor in Nigeria, guess what? That doctor is communicating with me. If the doctor is not treating you well, we have fought in the past. I have had challenges with my providers in the past. Why? Because the common denominator is to have our babies. And our doctors believe that they also want to have your babies. I want you to have your babies. You want to have your babies. Our doctors want you to have your babies. So we are on the same page. So we want to give you the best advice. This is not the time to be smart. So be careful who you go to. Be careful the group you join. Be careful who you listen to. If your doctor is not caring enough, change your doctors. If your doctor is not explaining your case to you, change your doctors. It's the duty of your doctor to explain what's going on in your body the way you can understand it. It is your right to have a copy of your lab test. It is your right to have a copy of your failed IVF. It is your right to even have a copy of successful IVF. Why? Because this is the evidence that they attended to you. So your medical report is your right. You don't beg for it. Very important. Okay? If you need help, follow my admin. Admin is going to attend to you. Okay, let me continue. I have 2 more minutes. So let me look for one more question to provide feedbacks. Then please make sure you follow Dr. Ndiche. Dr. Ndiche is going to talk about malaria and pregnancy. Malaria can complicate your pregnancy. Malaria can affect your baby. Malaria can lead to miscarriage. Malaria can lead to low birth weight. Malaria can lead to a lot of issues in your baby if it's not properly attended to. When you become pregnant, everything can affect you differently. So please, stop following the habit of going for self-treatment in pregnancy. Okay, so hold on. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, please, how do you have one-on-one consultation with Dr. Chudi? Go and subscribe, my dear. Follow the instruction of my admin. Okay, let me take care of this. What's the cost of recurring? Okay, I've already answered that. So I'm going to provide feedbacks too. Okay, so let me wrap up on this particular note. Okay, please explain 48 hourly intercourse daily. Now, it's important to understand my statements. What I preach is 48 hourly love making. So what do I mean? If you made love today, Tuesday, you can rest tomorrow. You can continue again on Thursday. That's 48-hour gap. Why do you need to make love frequently? The reason is because it's difficult to pinpoint the exact date you might likely release your eggs. It's important you deposit fresh sperm in the vagina so that they can stay there and have a maximum of 5 days to fertilize the egg. Some women do not know when they are ovulating. Your ovulation can happen by 12 a.m. And when you release the egg, which is ovulation, it can only last for 24 hours. So it's important you make available sperm around the clock. So in our group, our motto is to pray and play 48 hourly. Let me give you an example again. If you made love to your partner today, being Tuesday, you can have a break tomorrow, being Wednesday. You can resume on Thursday. You can have a break on Friday. You can resume on Saturday. You can have a break on Sunday. You can resume on Monday. So long as she's not bleeding, keep on making love. Now, some couples also love making during their bleeding. It's also okay to make love during your bleeding, if it's okay for both of you. The fear of infection and all those stuff is still the same fear you will have if you're not bleeding. So if it's convenient and comfortable for you guys to make love during your bleeding, make love is okay. There is no boundary in love making, so long as it's mutually respectful and legally okay. It's your right to do what you want to do. Okay, so thank you for coming. Make sure you join Dr. Ndiche in next 30 minutes for discussion on pregnancy and malaria. If you haven't registered for the ovulation and pregnancy bootcamp, this is your opportunity. If you are considering to subscribe, when you subscribe, please send email. Send email. Follow instruction. We will send you an intake form. Once you get your intake form, contact me and your subscription starts immediately. Now, if you are among the 10 people that got sponsored by Ezonata, I have commenced consult with the 10 of you. Your duty is to provide me with everything I need. If I have referred you, please follow the place I referred you immediately. Thank you for coming. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is my community health open clinic. I will get a topic and we'll continue the conversation. But here is my truth. Every singular member in this group that wants to become a mother, that wants to become a father, will become in 2022. There is absolutely nothing that can separate you from the love of God. God is the ultimate giver of everything good. And because God knew you're going to be a good mother, a good father, God will make this come to pass. You can mark today's date. We have succeeded in defeating infertility in its entirety. In this, nothing can stop you from becoming a mother. I have seen you a mother. I have envisaged your twins. I have envisaged your triplets. So many women are going to suddenly see the beauty of becoming a mother against all odds. God bless you, and bye-bye for now.